Are you listening?
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh man, that was unprofessional. I had that banner going on during the whole intro and everything. I forgot I had that option in here, so I figured I'd try it. Forgot to do it professionally, but it's all right. We got some cool dudes in the house. We got Mr. Hillbilly Cookie Dude and TCG Dude, and also Tibalt Sprinter.
Nice.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey,
Somebody said board wipes, and I said I am there.
Well, yeah, board wipes. Well, one of the funniest complaints I get is I run too many board wipes in my commander's decks, especially one in particular. But I counted all the board wipes in that deck, and there's 6 of them. 6.
That's all?
Yeah. I'm like, I think people are just salty that most of the board wipes in the deck are asymmetrical and don't touch my side of the board.
Oh, okay.
5 mana. Yeah. Whoa, let's see what we got. We got Mrs. Hillbilly in chat. Super fast tortoise, that's I. And we got Darc Raven. Really quick, we want to shill out Darc Raven, the channel sponsor here. Yeah, we want to shill out for going to carnsartopia.com. carnsartopia.com, you can find sweet, amazing, high-quality dice bags you can pick up for $45, $5 ship, and it's worth the price tag because they're high quality, good, hold like 2+ pounds of dice, and are very sturdy, well crafted, well stitched together. I cannot praise those dice bags enough. There's a link in the description and link in the chat. Whoa. Hello. Let's say hello to everybody here today. Hillbilly, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good after I got my issues solved this morning. I was late on my stream due to technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm. Technical difficulties happen all the time here and there.
Yeah.
For sure. Cookie Dude, how are you looking?
I'm looking handsome.
Hell yeah, you're looking handsome.
Yes, I'm doing good. It's 1st of December, and it's a wonderful day with hanging out with awesome people.
Mm-hmm.
What could be better?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm another year older next month.
Woo woo, another year older. And guess what? It'll be the oldest you ever been.
Yep.
Wow,
Right.
you don't say.
That's right. Another milestone.
Yeah, I'll be another year older this month.
That's right. On the 24th, on the 20th, you are turning older than I am. Default Apprentice, how are you doing today?
Doing good. I'm counting up my deck to see how many board wipes I have in there also.
Watch, it's gonna be 7. TCG,
You know what?
dude.
I think you're right.
Yes,
how are you doing?
I am doing fair this morning. Yeah, I got a little bit of sleep. Things are better at the casa, but man, in my neck of the woods, it's dry. And this water is just not, quenching my thirst. I need to get a humidifier up in this,
Now,
Get a humidifier for sure.
I was always told sleep is just overrated.
I didn't have enough sleep last night myself. Ooh, then I get a phone call today asking if I can dog sit tomorrow morning, early in the morning today. I'm like, no, I don't want to wake up. But I woke up because, I don't have my melatonin. So when you wake up early, your body kind of wakes up with you. And it's like, gives that little burst of energy before you fall asleep again. You're like, this sucks. And Dark Master Gaming, hello. Whoa. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. Everybody in chat, everybody here, tell us about your day. But first, we want to get to the card of the day. the card of the day.
Card of the day. Combo breaker.
I don't think I've hosted this one before. I might have, but it's a good card. Yeah, Cedrus to Trader King. I just really like this card. Like, it's very mechanically unique, and it's up my alley of kind of reanimation. It's reanimation, but momentarily.
Mm-hmm.
So, if none of you have seen Cedrus to Trader King, he's from the original Shards of Allura block. He costs 3 generic, a blue, black, and red. He's a legendary creature, zombie warrior, so you can be your commander if you want. He's a 5/5 creature with each creature card in your graveyard has unearth, 2 generic, and a black. So for 3 mana, you can unearth a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. And unearth is for the mana you pay, you return the card to the battlefield, the creature gains haste, and you exile at the beginning of the next end step. Or if it would leave the battlefield, exile it. Unearth only as a sorcery. So you can't, sorcery speed. You can't instant speed trick that ability. They made sure of that, but it's pretty solid, pretty amazing. And I need to put a poll in chat, but it is the end of the week. And the first of the week we had Rafik of the Mini. Then we had a Trax of Voice, Praetor's Voice. We've had Jara the Gitu. We've had Necromancy. And now Cedrus Trader King. And I want to put a poll up to see which is the best card of the week. Woo-woo. So that's going to stand up for a bit. Well, let me get this pull up.
Yeah, hide me, all right? I don't want to be seen.
For a second.
Wow. Yeah, actually, I like that card. It's a zombie warrior to, supported creature types. It's in Grixis colors on a 5/5 body. And yeah, the unearth ability for all the creatures. Each creature card, it's not like gated by a type or color.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Right. No, it is pretty awesome. Like the fact that, because they could have put a return a zombie or something.
Right. And normally in Reanimator or in a mini Reanimator strategies, you'd see white, but there is no white in this card, so that's another cool, bitty bit there.
Oh no, my lord! Sorry,
You could theoretically have this guy as the commander with Nicol Bolas as your secret commander, and have it be a zombie themed deck like that, with him taking over everything.
All right. Okay, so the poll ain't gonna let me do this easy. So let me know. Do you like the card of the day? There you go. Do you like the card of the day option? There, we're gonna do that, and I'll figure the rest out later. Woo woo. YouTube, they try to help, but yeah, Cedrus Trader King. I remember building a deck around him back in the old-fashioned days of old-fashioned zombies and multicolored. Because Shards of Allura was the first fully multicolored block, and that was from that block. And that was when we got some interesting interactions. Because at the end of that block, we went to Rise of Eldrazi. Woo woo! Hell yeah! If you remember Eldrazi, they were pretty pimping.
I do. I wasn't super active during that time with Eldrazi. I had dropped out basically right before Oath dropped. I did a little bit of BFC, but a lot of cons. But yeah, no, the tricolors, they even had tricolors in the Time Spiral block with the tricolor dragons, and then of course the Scion of the Ur Dragon, the 5-color dragon.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good time because if I remember correctly, Time Spiral was still in standard at that time.
Yeah. Alara, Conflux, all that was around Time Spiral Future Sight era.
Mm-hmm. I remember because I was going crazy. It wasn't the best mechanic, but I was going crazy over the suspend mechanic. And I remember this Cabal card that I just loved to death. And I built a deck all around it where your opponents could sacrifice a creature to put a time counter on it, but people end up playing around it very well.
Ye old suspend. We just had to wait till Doctor Who for it to make a return, huh?
Right? Hell yeah. Yeah, then it's kind of funny they did that because suspend is a mechanic they could have done lots with. Like, it's a very fixed mechanic on its own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not horrible. It's not busted. They can make a board wipe with suspend, and I don't think people would really complain.
Yeah. That would
But
be
instead,
interesting.
people just remember ancestral recall. For those that don't know, it costs a 0 because you can only suspend it for a blue mana, and you have to suspend it for 3 turns. Then you draw 3 cards.
Cool.
And I have a picture of the day. A picture of the day. Boom.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
John
Remember him.
Candy.
If you remember him,
Yes, right.
you're awesome. Hell yeah.
He was such a good actor. Good
Oh, yeah.
comedian.
So good. So funny. Oh, yeah. My
Yeah.
favorite movie with him was Cool Runnings. I know he's been in lots of movies and films like Trains, Planes, and Automobiles, Uncle Buck.
Right.
Yeah, I
was
like
about to say,
I like Uncle
all-
Buck.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Buck is one of his best.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm. I wish we had more of him. You know, just like Chris Farley, his time was too short.
Yep.
Yeah, but he made a lot of movies during his
But
short
not
life.
enough. Not
He
enough.
played
He was
in,
Spaceballs, yo.
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
I was getting ready to say Spaceballs.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
As a dog.
Spaceballs. Yeah,
I'm half. What was it? Half dog, half man. You know.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm half dog, half man. I'm my own best friend.
That's right.
What's your name? Barf. Not in this car.
Yeah. Not this car. Yeah, dude, that movie's a classic.
Yeah, it
You
yeah.
know
is.
what? So on Discord, I don't know if y'all know, but like you can do watch parties. One of these days, we should all just like have a pizza night and watch Spaceballs over Discord. That'd be so legit.
Yeah, that'd be cool to figure out how to do that because every once in a while, just to hang out and watch movies with friends could be fun.
Yep.
Right?
Heck, you could do that, live if you want to do it live.
Ooh.
Well,
Cosmic
I
Seed says,
mean,
honestly, I think Green needs a weird board wipe that matches planeswalkers or big dudes over a certain power. Huh.
I take it back. You can't do it live because you get monetized.
copyright.
'Cause you get
Yeah,
copyright. Yeah. I
Mm.
mean,
that's why you do it private in Discord.
yeah.
But as far as the green board wipe goes, that was commented on, Hurricane is an X board wipe technically. And if you were to rewind time just ever so slightly, there was a time when planeswalkers were considered players, and so it would have gotten those off the board, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird because they never really were players, but we were told to treat them like they were players because we can attack them.
Right.
I remember that whole interaction. Then people were wondering, well, if I get rid of a planeswalker, do you lose the game? Yeah,
Right.
I remember those interactions. Planeswalkers are so weird and diverse. The coffee is good today, yo.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that new green god creature they got it in standard now. It's pretty good actually. I've been having fun with it.
I got a weird green board wipe thing that might work. All right. For 6 mana, you destroy all non-creature permanents.
It's not too hard to get 6 mana with green, that's for sure.
Right. And that's artifacts, planeswalkers, enchantments, battles. What else do you want?
Really?
Well, the way I worded it, that also includes lands.
Ow.
Wow.
Have an amazing day, Cosmic. Thank you for stopping by, being awesome, being amazing. That's right. So
Now that hurts.
no, and I think Cosmic is onto something. Like, you know how White has destroy target creatures power 4 or greater, or destroy all creatures power 4 or greater. I could definitely see both versions of that for green, like having a green board wipe that says destroy all creatures power 4 or greater, then have a green board wipe that says destroy all creatures with power 3 or less. or just staple both of those options on the same card. Kind of like austere command. Because green really does care about creatures. It likes big creatures, and some decks care about small creatures. So you give the option to get rid of one or the other can probably turn the game around.
Yep.
Yeah. And the reason why I brought up the topic of too many board wipes, that's what it's called. But if you read the descriptor, it's saying like, what is too many board wipes in the commander deck? And my dinosaur deck has like 6 board wipes, and a handful of them are asymmetrical. Like 3 of them, I believe, destroy all creatures I don't control, or all non-land permanents altogether. Because I got Ingurix Wake, Plague Wind, and Runus Blast in this deck, and those are very hefty board wipes, like mana cost. But I run them in Joda the Archmage Eternal. And the reason why I was ballsy enough to put him in there is because Joda makes them cost 1 of each color, 5 mana. And since those kind of board wipes don't affect my board, why would I care about paying 5 mana and blowing up the board? That's not affecting my creatures. And oh my lord, they seem to shine while I'm playing against Prime 406. He's like, blowing up my board. I got regular board wipes in there. I got a Dam in there, which is pretty cool. I love that card. Dam, the one that costs 2 black, and you destroy a target creature. You don't destroy a target creature, or you pay 2 generic and 2 white, and you destroy all creatures.
Right.
I believe I have
a Wrath of God on the other side of it, basically.
Oh yeah, I know it was perfect flavoring. Like I'm surprised that wasn't an Ravnica set or something.
Yeah,
because Overload is what it has, and that's from a Ravnica set. Like, why didn't we get that in a Ravnica set? Now, don't mark my words as promises, but since it has Overload, will we see that in the new the remastered set?
Well, I think we will, because if you've noticed, all these sets that they're coming out with, they all have a board wipe in it.
Mm-hmm.
In one of the colors. Black
Yeah.
got a board wipe this time. Where you wipe one whole side of the board, bring all your creatures back to the battlefield.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Like I think it's interesting. So like I know Hibbley's played Commander, what is it, 4 times now?
3 or 4 times.
4 times. Tibalt's probably played a game or 2 in his lifetime.
A game or 2 a day for about a week or so, but yes. The question becomes, do you find yourself reliant on board wipes as a crutch to get you through the game? At least that's a question that I ask myself, because I am a fan of board wipes. Mm-hmm. It is a great equalizer.
Right.
So does that become a crutch that you rely on to get through the game, though?
Well, interesting. I think the answer goes both ways for me. 1, I try not to and don't. But 2, board wipes to me are a good equalizer between different power levels.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like if someone's overpowering me and the only thing that will let me catch up is a board wipe, then yes, I'm using it as a crutch. But if I have too many in my hand and I don't need them, then I guess I just have too many and I'm just not playing them right now.
So you wind up with some dead cards in your hand or whatever. But I guess I'm thinking on a longer timeline. That since I do play multiple places during the week, and I get in usually 3 or 4 games each place, so I play a lot of Commander. I'm still not any good at it, but I play it a lot. But I find myself adding and including more and more board wipes throughout.
Ooh.
And I'm trying to decide, is that just lazy synergy, or am I just playing with such a variety of people that my only way of keeping up, because a lot of my decks are budget decks, do I add those in there just in place of a better strategy, I guess,
right.
Is the question I ask myself.
Right. Well, just to put a significance on my dinosaur deck having 6 board wipes and using them as a crutch. It is also a reanimator deck, so I don't care if my creatures go to the graveyard.
Fair enough. So it synergizes with the rest of the deck then too. So
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Good morning, James Willis. Woohoo! Richie Dubs, if I didn't say hi to you, hello. Investable collectibles, smash that like. Investable collectibles. He's collecting investables. There you go. Everybody gets their tune every once in a while. Oh man. Well, yeah. So like board wipes to me, like I always try to use them only in my favor, and obviously you do that. Like to me, it's a bad day when you have to use a board wipe to wipe the board, just to wipe the board to survive. To me, that's not how it works. I'm too much of a strategic planner. Like one time I wasted a board wipe on a single creature and it worked out great for me for doing so.
Yeah.
The thing had like hex proof. It was monstrous. I couldn't target it any other way. And it was the only creature on board. And I'm like, well, I'll just use this board wipe. And I did.
That's just like sometimes it makes sense to actually tutor for a land if that's what you need to get through the rest of the game. It makes sense to do that. You can't help but think like, sure. I'm wasting this thing, but it's like, no, not if it gets you through the game. So board wiping for a single creature, absolutely legit.
Yeah, like on DJ stream 2 or 3 weeks ago on DJ stream or my stream, I used a demonic tutor and I fetched for a swamp and even showed it on screen to the people playing, saying, look, this is a testament to how powerful this card is. People don't like searching for lands because it's a $40 card, but guess what? I need this land.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do it, man.
Hell yeah. Because it's about getting your game going. To me, it's about getting the game going and working for you than it's about winning. I'd rather lose with a good working deck than lose with a deck that's giving me nothing but lands or no lands or being a pain in my butt. Fiddler, yo!
Zombie!
Woohoo.
So what about you, TC? Do you play board wipes? Do you play any commander?
So board wipes, yes, but more in modern 60 card formats, to be honest with you. The last time I played a few commander games, I did use board wipes and it just made the games go on forever. So yeah, if I'm gonna use board wipes, I'm gonna go reanimator strategy, like Tortoise over there. But otherwise, I think, I actually am kind of fond of out of the box win conditions like mill or even self mill or I guess life siphon isn't really out of the box, but it's kind of fragile strategy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, there is definitely an excessive amount of board wipes that you can have in your deck, especially if you're like running 12. Now you're doing is wiping the board. Now, I personally would play a board wipe tribal deck if my strategy relied on creatures. But like that'd be just a bloop bloop kind of night.
Yeah.
Make people salty.
Well, I tried to make people salty this morning by making a kill everything deck.
Mm-hmm.
But
you were killing everything.
Salty, though.
Well, I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but
a board wipe. The main thing we're talking about is a card that destroys all creatures on the battlefield in general.
Oh,
It's pretty much kind of like a reset.
Yeah. Clears the board of creatures, tosses them in the graveyard. Once you understand the graveyard more, you'll understand the different interactions there are. Once you get your deck, I don't think your red green deck that you're working to get is going to worry about the graveyard so much, but there might be a couple cards that bring back the graveyard. Reanimated strategy is a strategy that but works with getting creatures back from the graveyard to the battlefield. So when I say I play board wipes in a reanimator deck, it It means a board wipe, destroy all creatures, and have ways of getting creatures back.
Well, okay. So you have one card to kind of it kind of makes the battlefield even, and then you start over.
Right. It wipes everything off the playing field, off the board, basically throws it all into your discard pile. In just a regular game, it would be considered a discard pile. So everything, not just creatures, there are also board wipes that will take everything that's on that battlefield, on that board, on that play area, throws them into your discard pile or your graveyard. And then Tortoise in particular is mentioning that he's playing where he can pull from that discard pile where everything went into the discard. He's going to pull things back out and put them back on. Sometimes it's probably going to be his creatures primarily. Sometimes there are cards you can actually pull from other people's discard piles or their graveyard.
All right, I am going to.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. You can ask your question.
I don't understand how you can pull cards from your opponent's pile. That's what I don't understand.
There's going to be cards that are specifically designed for that. Basically, there's a set of rules, but if the card says it breaks the rule, then you can go ahead and do it. So there'll be a card in somebody's hand that will say, take largest creature from anyone's graveyard, or somehow will indicate on there that you can specifically go to other people's graveyard, other people's discard pile, or it'll say you can only pull it from your own or whatever. It'll let you know. So there are going to be specific cards that are designed to be able to have that effect, so that you can go to other people's libraries, graveyards, battlefield, whatever.
No, okay.
There's a good example on the screen right there.
Yeah.
What Tibot's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was searching his card before his definition came up. I'm like, I'm going to show people one of my favorite little reanimator cards that no one thinks about. But when he's explaining it, I'm like, I'll just pop it on the screen so Dad can see it as he's talking about it. So him Rebirth costs 3 generic, a green and a white. It's a sorcery, meaning you only can play it on your turn. You can put target creature card in a graveyard, meaning any player's graveyard, into play under your control. So this takes a card from a graveyard where creatures go when they die, and you can put it back on the battlefield to make it live again.
That's anybody's graveyard.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Tortoise can play this against me. And if I got a creature in my graveyard, he could take my creature out of my graveyard and put it on his side of the battlefield.
So can there be two what are they? What do you call them again? The cards. The
Are you thinking like commanders or commanders? Well, singleton.
No, the one that wipes a wipe.
Oh,
yeah,
board wipe.
Anyway, yeah, board wipe. So once one is played, your opponent can't play another one right after that, right?
Yes, they can.
They can. So you're allowed one card per deck, one variation of a card per deck. So you can have as many board wipes as you can in your commander deck that do not share the same name. You can play a board wipe, and if your opponent wants to play a board wipe, they can play a board wipe. Like they can, long as the speed of the card, which is something you're going to learn when you start learning about instants and sorceries and flash. And once you start learning the speed of cards when they can play them, your opponent can play cards during their turn as you can play cards during your turn. So if you play a board wipe on your turn, the common thought is your opponent is not going to play a board wipe on their turn because you just wiped the board. They're going to save it for later.
Oh, okay.
It depends, though. Yeah, there's going to be situations, not often, but there are situations where I've had to play a board wipe at a disadvantaged time to me. I had to play a board wipe on my turn to kill the person next to me, or to rather kill all the creatures. They were able to rebuild immediately. They were playing slivers or whatever. They were playing a specific creature type that allowed them to rebuild quickly. And so somebody else on the other side of the table, so that it went around from my turn to the next person, then on the next person, that next person had to play a board wipe immediately after the person next to me went, because they had rebuilt their board already.
Right.
I mean, that doesn't happen often, but there
Oh.
are situations. So there are times where you might play multiple board wipes.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a long and arduous game
Okay.
with board wipes, but sometimes that's what you have to do.
Yeah. Yep. He is absolutely right. There are times when you will. There are times when you won't. You know, when you start playing the game, start learning the game, and you start playing 4-player games, you'll start seeing how people can build their decks and how they play them and how they interact with the game. Because there's, not to confuse you, and I'm not going to get into the confusion of it, but there's many different ways to play Magic with the strategies Magic has to offer and the mechanics and whatnot.
okay.
You know, so right now, once you get your deck and we can get you to start playing, our goal is to teach you how to play your deck. And you're going to start learning how to play your deck to a point where you'll start learning how to play against different strategies differently.
Yeah. I'm gonna
That's
get my
why
deck
I built
next
you a
week,
deck that
so-
I'm going to send you in the future. That's going to be like a step up from the deck you're playing now.
Yeah.
Or
I'm gonna get that deck next week if they have any in stock, which I think they will.
Yeah.
So I'll get it next week, and then I'll let you guys know and on the show, and I can open it in front of you guys.
Woo
You
woo.
guys can.
All right, and now it is the halftime of the show. We got a friendly reminder in chat, and we're going to our next segment. CardsArtopia.com, where you can get sweet Magic the Gathering dice bags, dice boxes, dice pets, sweet, cool ornaments of different types. Yeah, I mean, there's really cool things to check out at this website, CardsArtopia.com. Go and check it out. Buy a dice bag, buy a Super Fast Horse dice bag, buy a MTG Hillbilly dice bag. Just have fun and go for it. CardsArtopia.com.
It sure beats it. It sure beats a peanut butter jar.
Hell yeah. James
A little
Willis.
more portable too, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Playing certain cards can be very situational. That is very true.
right.
And the next segment of the deck goes to
What?
yes, I actually got permission to use that logo there. You saw. I'm so
Nice.
stoked about it. If you didn't know, I contacted MTG Goldfish to see if I can use your logo for this segment. And with that, we're going to present screen. Share a screen. We're going to click the Goldfish screen, which is a big ad facing me right there. Boom. Sam's Club. There we go. So the movers and shakers of today. We got a lot of new faces on this list today. Some old faces. We got Holly Primal Conqueror. It was a pretty cool card. Let's click that up. So Primal Conqueror is a 5-mana 2 red 7/7 with trample. When it enters the battlefield, each player exiles a cards off their library to reveal a non-land card. And you may cast any number of spells among those non-land cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. You can pay 9 generic and a green, 10 mana total, or 9 mana 2 life. And you can transform him to Atali Primal Sickness. He has trample and destructible. Whenever Atali Primal Sickness deals combat damage to a player, they get that many poison counters. Ooh, instant win if he connects all the way. Well, all right, I read the card. Let's look at the shakers. He's gone up $1.04 to 2603 plus 4%. He's moving up. To me, that's showing that he's having more faith in the standard environment. Maybe Commander's picking up a little more. I don't know, but he's a beast to deal with.
What you're telling me is I need more board wipes.
Hell yeah, board wipe. Invasion of Ikoria.
37. Ooh.
Invasion of Ikoria costs 2 green and X. Dad, for you don't know about battles or sieges yet, but battles are like planeswalkers, which you'll learn later on. Where you can attack them. If you destroy them, you can transform them. If it's your battle, that's kind of confusing. When Invasion of Ikoria enters the battlefield, you may search your library for and/or graveyard for a non-human creature card. And I'm trying to read this sideways. And you may search and put it onto the battlefield. If you do, search your library, shuffle it. All right, that was difficult. And if you defeat this battle, you turn it into Zalortha, Apex of Ikoria, which is an 8/8 reach. Surprised it doesn't have indestructible if it's like the big dino. For each non-human creature you control, you may have that creature assigned as combat damage as though it weren't blocked. That's pretty solid. I like that. Well, anyways, that was a tough read. Invasion of Ikoria went up 43 cents to 11.75. It's actually a good price for that range. And it's gone up 4%. That means people are eyeballing that card. Ooh, here's a card I'm very familiar with. Pawa Soaring City. It's a legendary land. Tap stat of blue, channel, 3 generic and a blue. Discard Oratora Soaring City. Target artifact, creature, enchantment, or planeswalker to its owner's hand. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. Woo! I don't know why I clicked on that card. I could have read that from its front end. Go back. Boop. And that card is 1602, which still behooves me how expensive that is. It's gone up 2%. That's crazy. It's good. I use it in my Rafika mini deck. All these lands I've owned of this cycle I pulled from packs, which is pretty spicy. Tracks of Grand Unifier. Wow, that's a big amount of cost. 3 generic. A green, white, blue, black legendary creature, Phyrexian Angel, has flying, vigilance, death touch, and lifelink. When it tracks a Grand Unifier enters the battlefield, reveal the top 10 cards of your library. For each card type revealed this way, you may put a card type from them that to your hand. Like if it's like a creature, you can put 1 creature to your hand. That if you have a planeswalker, you can put a planeswalker in your hand. If you have, as long as each card is different from the other, you can put each individual one into your hand. Boom. It's gone up 31 cents. It's 15.31. Gone up 2%. A lot of 2%ers today. Wedding announcement. Woo. Oh, this is a transforming card. Dang nabbit. All right. Wedding announcement costs 2 generic and a white. To enchantment at the beginning of your end step, put an invitation counter on wedding announcement. If you attacked with 2 or more creatures this turn, draw a card. Otherwise, create a 1/1 white human creature token. Then if wedding announcement has 3 or more invitation counters on it, transform it. Transforms to wedding festivities. It turns into a basic enchantment where creatures you control get +1/+1. Boop. A glorious anthem. Boop. Back. Man. There you go. The announcement's gone up 25 cents. And what the heck? And it's worth $14.63, gone up 2%. It's crazy. It must be, that card seems very standard to me. So that's probably, I could be wrong. It feels very standard to me. We got Ledger Shredder, 2 generic. And if you guys want to comment during these cards, you can. If there's something you want to say. For a generic and a blue, Bird Advisor, 1/3 flying. Whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, Legislator connives. Conniving is drawing cards and discarding a card. If you discard a non-land card this way, put a +1 counter on this creature. That's pretty solid. Up 24 cents to $7.97, and is 3% increase. That's pretty sick. We got Urbrass Forge. This card is holding a pretty decent price tag. What does it do? 2 generic red artifact.
It makes me mad in standard. That's what it does. No.
I honestly don't know what this card does. So for 3 mana, artifact at the beginning of combat on your turn, put an oil counter on Urbrass Forge. You create X1 red Phyrexian horror creature tokens with trample and haste. Ooh, they have haste. Or X the number of counters in Urbrass Forge. Sacrifice that token at the beginning of your upkeep. So each turn it gets an oil counter, and then you get that many tokens until
it gets bigger every turn. You get 1 token and it gets bigger every turn.
Damn, that's pretty solid.
Every turn it gets an oil counter. Then once it gets that oil counter, it
And it's
pops
not
out.
even
Creature.
legendary. Not even
No.
legendary.
There's
Ooh.
other red cards that actually put oil counters on that card.
It's gone up 12% to $2.23. So I must be seeing more play to be seeing that kind of movement. Ooh, up 23 cents. That's pretty good. Then we got Agatha's Soul Cauldron, 2 generic legendary artifact. You may spend mana as though for mana of any color to activate abilities of creatures you control. That's pretty spicy. Get out of here. I can't read that card if you're there. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them all have activated abilities of cards exiled with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Interesting. You can tap it to exile a card from. You can exile a card from your graveyard. When a creature card is exiled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature control. Ooh, that's neat. So it exiles cards from a graveyard, any graveyard. This graveyard hate, and it gives you advantage for doing so.
Yep. Very good card.
Jeez, 19 cents is one up, but it's $45.19. Damn. I mean, I thought the ooze was crazy back in the day, but I guess if it's colors, it's insane. And it's
I'm
funny.
sorry I sold that at 25.
Right? It's funny that it's on the movers, like it's gone up 19 cents, but it's saying it has 0% growth, but it's growing and it's still an expensive card. No, we got Invasion of Tarkir. Get another card to read that's quirky on its side. For generic and red, you get this battle. It says whenever Invasion of Tarkir enters the battlefield, reveal any number of dragon cards from your hand. And when you do, Invasion of Tarkir deals X damage +2, divided as you choose among target X creatures, where X is the number. Well, that's a sloppy reading of it. Transform it. Flying Trample. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, deals 2 damage to creature. Oh, that's pretty solid. I like that transform side. I hate the fact that you have to waste a combat to, but that's pretty cool. All right. Boom. Invasion Tarkir has gone up 19 cents to $5.18. It's seen a 4% growth. That's pretty solid. And Crystal, do you guys like the fact that I'm reading the card, or do you think that's too much?
It don't matter.
I'm actually glad because I'm seeing cards that I haven't experienced or haven't come across yet. So I'm cool with it for now.
Okay, because I just didn't know if I was wasting people's time or making them feel bored about it. Cityscape Leveler costs 8 generic. It's an 8/8 artifact creature construct. Trample. When you cast a spell and whenever Cityscape Leveler attacks, destroy up to 1 target non-permanent. Its controller creates a tapped Power Stone token. Unearth 8. Woo! That's pretty glorious. You know, there's a lot of things discount this spell. There's a whole card that gives artifacts affinity for artifacts. I mean, damn. The right deck. This is nuts. It's gone 18 cents to $15.30. That's actually not a bad price for this card, especially just explained. It's got a 1%. Woo woo. Now,
hey, coaches.
Hold on. I'll get back there. I want to say hello to Coach. Coach. Hello. We missed you. Welcome back. I saw you in Brody's stream. He does a really good stream. Love it. All right, back here. Bing. Card is going down. This is the second day. Cavern Souls has gone down a bit. $2.37 has gone down to $37.60. Cavern Souls is land. You enter the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures of the chosen type can't be countered if you use mana from its second tap ability. You guys know
Why do
this
you
card.
think it went
I
down?
don't have to read it. What's up?
Why do you think it went down? I was one of those I would expect to be rising every day or every week or so.
It's a reprint.
It's reprint and pack openings. Like it's probably gonna go
Okay.
down like $5 more.
Okay.
I still need to get a copy or so of this card myself. I need to get 2 copies at least. And I can't afford $37.60 for that card. So I'm waiting to watch this go down. It's going down 6%. So let's move more down. Then we got Children of the Apocalypse, which is still an insanely crazy price card. I bet this card will drop hard. once it's out of standard in a couple years. $1.33, Shielded Apocalypse. She costs 2 generic, 2 black. Legendary creature, Phyrexian Predator, Death Touch. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Whenever your opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. It's $80.75, and it's gone down -2%.
Wow.
Here's a card I expect to stay around the same until it leaves standard, but it might change. But it's one of my favorite dinosaurs from Ixalan, Bonehorde Dracosaur. 3 generic, 2 red, flying. Dinosaur Dragon is its creature type. Flying for strike, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. If you exile a land card this way, create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. If you exile a non-land card this way, create a treasure token. Ding, ding, ding. Pretty awesome. Love it. So it's $22.71 at the moment, and it's gone down 3%. And we got Roaming Throne. This one was on the downside yesterday, too. Roaming Throne costs 4 generic mana for a 4/4 Ward 2. When Roaming Throne enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Roaming Throne is the chosen creature type in addition to its other types. And if a triggered ability of another creature you control of the chosen type triggers, it triggers additional time, which is pretty solid. Pretty solid. We like that. It's gone down 51 cents down to $19.35, down 3%. Whoop, whoop. Fable of the Mirror Breaker going down. Finally, this card is kind of dumb. People love it, but I think it's kind of dumb. Down 45 cents. Fable of the Mirror Breaker costs 2 generic and a red. Not neg 1. It's not a planeswalker. For first chapter, you created 2 red Goblin Shaman creature token. Oh, hold on. I forgot. There you go. Create a 2/2 Goblin Shaman creature token with whenever this creature attacks, create a treasure token, which is pretty good. Whenever you may discard 2 cards, if you do draw that many cards for the second chapter. Last final chapter is the Exile Saga, return to the battlefield transformed. You get Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, China creature Goblin Shaman 2/2. One generic tap, create a token that's a copy of another target non-legendary creature token you control, except as haste, sacrifice at the beginning of the next step. Every time I play against this card, to be honest, I'm always disappointed because I always destroy it. It's like I expected to do more because there's a word Kiki-Jiki on it, or it's the Kiki-Jiki Mirror Breaker version. All right, it's gone down 45 cents, down to 18.42, down -2%. Boom, boom. Now, here's a card I want to get a copy of, and I would love to see this card. Whoa, don't click on it. Virtue Persistence costs 5 generic, 2 black. Has an adventure ability where it costs generic and black. Target creature gets a -3 until turn. You gain 2 life. That's pretty solid for a quick removal spell, basically. It's an enchantment. On its enchantment side, it says at the beginning of your upkeep, put a creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under control. That's our freaking debtors now. That's mono black. No doubt. I won't mind copies of this card. It's gone down 44%, down to $19.56, basically a $20 bill, down 2%. Then we got Leyline of Binding, which costs 5 generic and a white, which I'm surprised this card is as expensive as it is, because that's an expensive mana cost. So for 5 generic and a white, it's an enchantment that has flash, meaning you can play at an instant speed. Has domain. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each basic land type among lands you control, which can be up to 6 in the right deck. Because, wastes are a basic land. When Leyline of Binding enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until Leyline of Binding leaves the battlefield. Whoop, whoop. Pretty decent. It works.
Your Triomes were good with that Leyline Binding. I have played Leyline Binding for just 1 mana.
Ooh,
I play in Triomes.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, it's a beast.
Yeah, I was thinking of one of each basic at least, and plus the waste as a basic. That's 6. That's 6 total. So that'd be down to 1. Yep.
Yeah, but Leyline, your Triomes bring it down quicker.
That's weird because I think the interaction should be different. They should count as one of the types, not all 3 of the types. So it comes.
They count as 3 types.
That's fine. That's fine. Well, the card has gone down 40 cents. It's a $12.60 card. 3% down its drop. Now, here's a card that's worth talking about. Got Lost Stampede Tyrant. 5 generic, 3 green, 12 legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur with Trample. When this creature enters the battlefield, you can put any amount of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Boop, boop. This card is insane in the right deck.
Okay, I just had this idea. I have to jut in before it leaves my brain. In an alternate timeline, we get a secret layer crossover with Pauly Shore Triodomes. Oh,
That's for those who haven't. That's for those who've seen the movie Biodome, which is actually a hilarious teen flick. If you're a teenager, you'll love the shit out of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh man, I remember that movie. I loved that movie as a kid, and as an adult, it's like whatever. It's a teen movie. But yeah, so this card is $21.20. Damn. There are cards still. So there are people who complain about how cheap Magic is and how cheap the card pieces, game pieces are getting. $21 for a card is kind of still steep, yo. They're showing there's life in the game, and this is on the downslope.
I mean, $21 just for one card, that's pretty insane.
Right? It's negative 2% drop. Whoop, whoop. Now we got Quintorius Canned, or Caned. I don't know how you really enunciate that.
You're right, Conned.
Conned. Okay, Quintorius Canned. 3 generic, red, white. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, this card deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you gain 2 life. +1, create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. That's pretty decent. -3, discover 4. Love that. Discover 4 is the new Cascade, yo. -6, exile a number of target cards from your graveyard. Add 1 red for each card exiled this way. You may play those cards this turn. Hell yeah, that's pretty good. Now here's a card I'm kind of sad to see on the downslope, but I'm glad it's not expensive, like compared to its other predecessors as token doublers. Mondrak Glory Dominus. 2 generic and 2 white. 4/4 legendary creature Phyrexian Horror. Whenever 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of tokens are created instead. 1 generic, 2 white, sacrifice 2 other artifacts and or creatures, put an indestructible counter on Mondrak Glory Dominus. Yay! I was reading that like there was more text. I was expecting more text. That card's pretty solid. It's gone down 30 cents. It's still about $30, $29.20. It's gone down 1%.
Can we talk about the weekly change?
You want a weekly change? Primal's gone up $7.12 in the last week. The Roll Down the Hexcatcher's gone up about $5 this week. Virtue Persistence gone up about $3 this week. Same with Cavern of Souls and Invasion of Ikoria. Virtue of Loyalty has gone up $3 too. A lot of $3 shifters, like even some on a download, but they shifted up. Yeah, Agatha's Soul Cauldron. That's gone up $2.30. Wedding Announcement's gone up $2. Same with Wandering Emperor. And Jetmir's Garden. Whoop whoop. $12.01. Nice. Quintorius Canned has gone down about $3. Trumpeting Carnosaur has gone down about $2, which I want to go down more so I can afford these dinosaurs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got Tishiana's Tidebinder has gone down about $2. The Ancient One has gone down about $1. Kanama the West Tree has gone about 73 cents. Ogier Patik Deepest Epoch has gone down 62 cents. You know, Wizards are trying to get us stumble and stutter on words here.
I have a hard enough time speaking English, let alone make up words.
Right? Right? Souls of the Lost has gone down about 58 cents. Molten Collapse has gone down about 50 cents. Splendid Angel has gone down about 43 cents. And Tarian's Soul Cleaver has gone down about 1%. Sorry, I'm not reading all those cards like I did the top cards. So I want to put on the focus on the things that moved in the last day. So that's just showing you what cards have gone up during the week, what cards are going down. That's to kind of show you like where the meta is going, what people are looking at between Commander and Standard. Because I don't think people are playing Virtue Persistence and Modern at the moment. It just seems too high costed. Boring Commander and Standard sees more play. Voldaren Hexcatcher. I don't know if it's a Modern All-Star, but I know there's Modern Merfolk. I know there's Legacy Merfolk, so that could be moving different ways, and that's a pretty good steep. Because like the more expensive a card moves usually means there's more formats wanting to play that card.
Yep.
All right, let me get back to the stream. Woo-wee. Boom. Well, my mouth is kind of sore. Anybody want to say something fun?
That was interesting, though. It really was.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Woo.
Well, I think that you can bring the cards up, and there's text there for us to read, on the side. And you can read, if you have a card that's kind of special, you could read it, but we could read the cards. But it's interesting. It's more interesting to have you read them, but we could just read them ourselves, but it's not as fun when you're doing it.
All right, let's see. Woo. Wow, we got 90% of people who like the card of the day. Woo. All right.
Nice.
With that.
Woo.
Breathe. Relax. Yeah, that really took it out of me.
I'm going to give you a chance then to stop for a second. I'm going to show my stuff really quick. Not really show it. The later on today, I'm going to do the drawing for the cards, for the card sleeves rather. I don't know exactly what time. I'm going to do it on Twitch. I'm doing it on Twitch though, so it will go out live, so you can see there's no cheating, no shenanigans or whatever. Everybody has that entered already for it because it closed last night at midnight. There were 10 of you. So you got a 1 in 10 chance of winning those. So I'm going to do that later on today. That will be announced, and then I'll contact you to get your address so I can send it to you. Honestly, I could have done the contest for longer, but to be quite frank, I wanted to hurry up and get this over with so I could sleeve my cards. Because I'm going to send you out whichever one you won and you asked for. I'm going to get the other one, so I want to hurry up and sleeve my stuff. So that's why I did a short time on the contest there. Maybe I'll do another one that's a little bit longer later on, but I was excited to get my sleeves, and I'm interested to see whether I'm going to get the Goblin one for my Wart the Raid Mother deck, or whether my Kalia the Vast is going in the Dragon deck. And I'll be interested to see who got what they wanted. So that's going to be coming on later on today.
Twitch. I'm on Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch. I don't stream a lot on Twitch. I used to do it a little bit more because I was doing more live games and stuff. But if you want to watch Twitch, you want to see somebody, you need to or whatever, you watch Hillbilly and watch him stream.
I don't do Twitch.
No, you do it through YouTube stuff. Yeah,
just like we're going live on YouTube right now.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep.
I tried Twitch, but I just didn't like the way it was.
Right.
Fair enough.
All right. Let's see. Boop.
Hey. Well, today's going to be a little different for me because today is bill day. So there may not be an afternoon stream this afternoon. But keep your eye out because it might change. I really don't know until time comes. But I do got to go out and pay my bills. That's the only thing that has changed. Other than that, I will be streaming tomorrow, regular time, around 9 and around 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Nice. Well,
And if Wizards ever does fix that dang on bug, dang blanket, I wish they would, I'll be able to do viewer challenges.
All right.
And that is all I had to chill.
Well, you're good. Now it's TCG dude's time.
Hey, thank you. At the moment, no content to shill, but I am really trying to brush up my game for one-on-one Magic. I want to do local events and stuff here. So if anybody's trying to if anybody's trying to practice on Arena or Moto, I'm down to play whatever. Just at me on Twitter at TCGDude or hit me up in the Discord.
Oh yeah, give me a second. Boop 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 be-doo. There you go.
Thank you.
I'm gonna, really quick, I'm going to put everybody's links in chat. So if they want to follow you guys on YouTube, they can. If nobody is. And let's see. Bing, bing, bing. Bing, bing, bing. There you go. Yeah, links will be entered in chat. I need to respell hillbilly. Bing. And I want to thank you guys for hanging around and there you go, hanging around, being awesome, enjoying today's show. Maybe I'll talk with everybody really quick after the stream before we depart about an opinion and a thought. But I want to thank you guys for being here, liking the stream, interacting, being amazing, 100% awesome. You made today an amazing day. Thank you, James. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Mrs. Hillbilly. Thank you, Zombie. Thank you, Investable Collectible, Dubs, all for showing up, supporting us. Darc Raven, you're amazing. And you guys have a wonderful day. And never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever, ever forget to.
Shockwave! What is your command, Megatron?
Subscribe for Magic the Gathering and other content for evil fun.
Fear not, Megatron. Cybertron shall remain.